Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Yes, I'm alive. Living. It's been one of those kind of days. I'm going to have to give her Benadryl. She is hyper today. Maggie May. Maggie, come on. Oh, see, when I was recording devotionals, she was all up in my grill. Now that I'm doing this, she's, come on. No? Okay. Oh, well, it's been one of those days. I don't know how many y'all are signed up for informed delivery through the USPS, the United States Postal Service. Well, here lately, it's been working out just fine. It's worked out fine for months now since I think I signed up for it last year, and it's been working out great. You know, that way I don't look towards the mailbox when I don't have anything coming. I don't have to, you know, what have you. It's great for when you're expecting packages. You know when the package is coming, and if it's going to come on that day, and so that you know to be home, and or to, you know, look out for it. But there's been at least 3 instances where we were supposed to, now the other 2 instances, there weren't anything important coming in the mail, so nothing to really get very upset about. But today I got the email, and it showed I was getting something from the Caddo District Court. Caddo, we have parishes here in Louisiana because it's a Catholic state, and they still do parishes. So I think we're the only state in the United States that still does parishes. So I'm in Caddo Parish, and so I noticed in the little snapshot that it sends you in the email, it sends you a snapshot of the mail that you're getting. Not the packages. For the packages, it'll just show you a tracking number. But for the actual envelope mail, it'll send you a little snapshot showing you what that mail is. Well, it showed I was getting something from the court. I have no idea. I've not been in any trouble. The only dealings that I've had with the court is over this jury duty business. And last month I sent in a letter with my jury duty questionnaire, a letter from my doctor excusing me from jury duty. So that's the only communication I've had with the Caddo Judicial Court, whatever. So now I'm freaking out. You know, what are they sending me? Because the way I understood it when I read the questionnaire and all the information, this is my 3rd trip with these folks in a year with this jury duty stuff. And I've talked about it in a video last month that this is their 3rd time doing this to me in a year. Okay, in a year. And so I was just glad that I didn't have to call in until May. But the way I understood it, you fill the questionnaire out. If you have a doctor's note, include the doctor note with your questionnaire. And then the Sunday before you report, you call to see if you are indeed required to be there. That's the way I understood it, that you have to call in to verify that you have to be there. So that's the way I understood that. I can't imagine it being any other way. So this letter coming to me from the Caddo whatever is alarming to me, because I'm freaking out. And then of course I wait all day long for the mail. All day long. I'm doing laundry, I'm going through things and getting a package together to go out, and, you know, trying to keep myself busy, while meanwhile going back and forth to the front of the house checking the mailbox. My mail never ran today. 2 separate occasions on my street, I saw a mail truck right here at my driveway and down the road. Did they ever put my mail in my mailbox. No. It was like 3 envelopes. Yeah. I did not get my mail. So I went through the app. There's a USPS app you can go through and tell it that you didn't get your mail. So I did that. I hope it's there in the morning. I have had that happen where I went in and submitted that I didn't get my mail, and the mail be there in the morning. But I believe this time, because like I said, this happened twice before, but it was kind of junkish mail. It wasn't anything important, because most of my stuff that is important, I have it electronically because of stuff like this. Because the USPS is not reliable. And I still don't have my package that I sent myself from California either. I sent myself this a week ago today, and it's stuck somewhere between here and Little Rock, Arkansas. Are you serious? Me and the USPS is about to go down. I tell you, nope. I had to take an anxiety medicine because I was really, really upset, really, really mad, really angry, and really just wanting someone's head to roll. I was just like, and y'all want more money. Y'all want more of this. Every year you're increasing our postage cost. For what? So you can work slower? Every time we go to the post office, it costs us more money. But you want to work slower? And you want to get paid more? Come on now. Seriously? Really not happy? Anyway, and I didn't just do laundry. Now this is a hat that I made out in California with some K&C yarn from Joann's that I bought with Amy. And I probably should have did some more decreases. But I frogged part of this hat because I wasn't happy with how I finished it out. But I got to tuck this end in. But I redid it. And I like it a little bit better now. I had did some post stitches around the brim on the and layered the post stitches, and it looked, anyway, it was oversized. And so this is what I ended up taking off. But yeah, this will be fine. This will be fine. This is just another one of my little hat inventions. But I just got to looking at it, and I was like, I really don't like that hat. I just got to playing with the stitches when I was out there. I was just piddling and playing. I should have piddled with some cheaper yarn. Because this yarn was $15 a ball. So I should have piddled with some cheaper yarn. But this is still a beautiful hat now. It's still beautiful. And it will be fine just like it is. I just have to tuck that end in. I was just trying to make sure that I was done before I tuck that in. You know what I mean? I was making sure I'm done. I have another ball of this in the package that I sent myself. I have another ball of it so I can make another hat, another style, besides this hat that I keep making over and over again. Just so I can have it in many different yarns, right? Many different yarns. And I have made a little progress on, this is where my cake is for the granny square blanket that I started. Yeah. So this is where this is going. And I have 5 of these cakes. Well, including this. I have 4 more, 4 more after this. But anyway. And I'm using a 6.5 millimeter hook. I need to put the stitch marker back in there before I lose that stitch. But I don't know what, I lost my Crochet for a few days, and it's slowly getting back. I just, hold on, I'm trying to get this in here. It's a thicker yarn too. These cinnamon swirl cakes are very thick. They're very thick for, and so I'm using a 6.5 on that. I don't know what I was gonna, and I was just watching some tutorials, And I might have found one because I wanted to make some of them little halter tops or little bralettes or some, you know, something that I can sell here locally that I can put on Marketplace and sell for a little extra because this month is going to be kind of lean. Yeah, I know. Hello. Say hello, Maggie. Turn around and say hello. All day long today. She's been all over me all day long. There you go. You made your appearance. You happy now? Yes, we're happy now. No, but I had somebody when I had one of my cardigans posted on Marketplace. I had a lady hit me up. She just caught her tail. She was chasing it for half a second and then she caught it. Now she doesn't know what to do with it. Boy, she is in good shape tonight. Oh boy. But now I had a lady hit me up and ask me, did I make cotton crochet bikini tops and stuff like that? And at the time I was kind of like taken aback. I was like, no, I don't make stuff like that. And then I got to watching Sandy over at Crochet Canada and those beautiful tops that she has made recently. And I was like, I wonder if I could do something like that. I'm sure, you know, after getting a request for one, and then I had a lady in the doctor's office mention that, you know, that was really the going thing these days, that ladies were looking for, you know, scantily, you know, skin tight type crocheted items like that, dresses and tops and, you know, and that sort of thing. And so I got to surfing on YouTube, and I found me a few tutorials, and so I've been watching them, and then I just finished watching one before I hit record, and it's a granny stitch one. Surprise, surprise. But she uses a tiny little hook. I would say that's probably like a 3mm hook at least that she's using with what looks to be 3-weight yarn. I do have 3-weight yarn. I do have a 3mm hook, but I'm not going that small. No. I'm going to try her tutorial, but I'm going to try it with this yarn. This is I Love This Cotton 4-weight yarn. Now she switches colors every row because she's doing granny stitch and whatnot. She had a particular color scheme in mind. I'm just going to do it all in this yarn. Now this is a tonal. This is this. This is the colorway is called teal. I don't know why. And I did check, and Hobby Lobby does still carry this. It's on sale next week. Not this week. Not this week. But next week it'll be 30% off. But this is teal. And this is basically how that works up. Just like in a tonal, what I would consider tonal. Not ombre, but just different shades, you know. But in a very tasteful way. So, to me, that's very tasteful. And it doesn't, you know, transition from color to color in a bad way. It's, you know, it's very becoming. Now, if it was neon, it might not be so, you know, but this works. And so I'm going to do her top in all one color because I want to see if I can do it or not. Now, because I have an abundance of this, that's why I'm going to do it in this. And I'm going to do it in this first, see how it comes out. And then I'm going to try it with the cotton sprout that I got from Jackie. So, and I have that in several colors, and I will probably change out color, you know, every row like she does. But I want to try it with this first. I want to try it with this in a 5mm hook. I think that's good enough. I think that'll be, you know, it should, it might make it, it might end up making it my size, but you know, we don't know. I'm not making it for me. There's not enough gummies to make me want to wear a halter top. Or one of those It's a I'll link the tutorial in the description tonight for tonight's video, but it's a bralette is what she's calling it. So but I watched a couple of them. I watched one that called hers a halter top, and then I watched this one that called hers a bralette, and I liked hers the best because it just seemed very user friendly and customizable to my style. I felt like I could convert it over to, how I would prefer, like changing the hook size and changing the yarn size. I felt like I could do that and still, probably make it look like it's supposed to make, but bigger, Now Will's lady wears stuff like that, so I might be able to get her to wear one. I'm not going to ask her to take a picture or anything, just model it so I can gauge, how it looks on somebody, or she might just, I might just give it to Will and say, hey, can you get her to try this on and give me an opinion? They're really private, so I'm not, going to ask to see her in it or whatever, just to try it and give me an opinion. And, that's all I want. If it fits her. I know what her bust size is. I just don't know that this is going to be big enough for her. Or her size at all, because, she's not, waist wise and stomach wise, she's more slender than I am. She's just very tall and statuesque. But she's built different than me. I'll just put that way. With the weight loss, I lost a lot up here that she hasn't lost. And she's, of course, much younger. But, yeah. But when I think of someone locally that would probably wear something like that, she's the only one I know that would probably wear something like that. At least, going swimming or something like that, maybe. She might wear it swimming. It'd be something to wear swimming, I guess, if you were going to. Or just privately, I don't know. But the younger crowd is wearing stuff like that. But I will put it in the description and y'all can go check it out. It was a really, I thought it was a very thorough tutorial. And her instruction, even though English is not her first language, it's very clear that it's not her first language. But at the same time, I thought she did very well. And she stuck straight to task, which is the best tutorial for me. I like tutorials where they stay on task and they don't chit chat or get off topic, and she stayed right on the task and was very matter-of-factly in all her instruction, and which is very much like I like to learn. So it worked out just fine. And but yeah, I'll share that with y'all because I don't know, I can't remember the name. I can't remember her, the channel name, or how big she is or anything like that. I know that I know it had a lot of views. I know her tutorial had a lot of views. So, and if it doesn't, it should, because the user friendliness of her tutorial, I think outweighs a lot. It's really user friendly and beginner friendly, very beginner friendly. So, I mean, I've been making wearables for quite, almost since I started crocheting, like 4 years ago, which I know some of y'all have been crocheting for decades. So, my little old 4 years experience isn't much, but that's about how long I've been doing it. Close to it anyway. Would you stop pacing, little girl? She's pacing between the door and here, and she just came in right before I hit record, like not even 20 minutes ago. Literally just came back in. She'd live outside, I think, if I let her. No, little girl. No. Just no. But, no, I mean, some, even now with all the different wearables that I have made, some that I've invented, a couple that I designed myself and invented. Even with all that, I still find myself getting intimidated by certain tutorials and certain wearables, you know, are intimidating to me. One of the more user-friendly tutorial the tutorials that makes tutorials that I like to follow is Kelly over at Crafting a Cuppa. I really like her tutorials. I will forever tout her ability to give direction and help you make anything. So if you ever get a chance, go check her out. And of course, Crystal over at Bag O' Day, she's definitely the queen of tutorials, far bar none. But she does a lot of complicated stitches that I'm just not interested in doing. And a lot of multiple row repeats and things like that is just not you know, not something I'm going to do. And so I love to listen to her talk, though. I will watch her tutorials just to listen to her talk. And so, yeah, but a lot of people, you know, swear by her tutorials and swear by her designs. And I've made things out of her stitch tutorials, you know, her simple ones. So, but that's just me and my feeble brain. You know, those of you that like the complicated stitches, you know, good for you. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick to no acrobats. Thank you very much. Yep. And I'm when I go down to the post office tomorrow on my way to my doctor's appointment, I'm going to lodge a complaint probably about this postal situation. Because there's no way that they should be jerking us around about our, I mean, at least if there's somebody out sick, if somebody's had some sort of family event or something, send an email or something, you know, to the folks that are signed up for informed delivery at least. You know, shoot us a little email, a little alert, something that something's went on so that we know, you know, not to expect our mail that day. Because some of us, you know, like with this thing from the court, are waiting to see what's up with that. So, you know, having you on pins and needles waiting to see what's in that envelope, it's not fair. It's not fair. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that is upset about not getting mail today. So I will address that with the Postal Service tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to upload this video so y'all can at least hear from me. Hear what I've been up to. Oh, and when I was digging around for some yarn that I'm sending somebody, I found some yarn that I had totally forgotten I had. This is Bamboo Joy, Premier's Bamboo Joy. It's a long since discontinued yarn. And I don't even know how many skeins. I think there's about 3 skeins worth in here. It's a 3-weight yarn. But I think there might be enough for a top in here. I can maybe I'm thinking about combining it with some of my cotton, some of my 3-weight cotton, my cotton sprout, because it is. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It's because combining this with a cotton, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. This is a bamboo acrylic yarn. I forget what the percentages are, but it's a 3-weight bamboo acrylic yarn. And it's very, very soft. It's very, very soft. But I think it shouldn't hurt to, I don't know. I'll have to hold up the textures together and see how they feel together. And see if that would work at all. I may end up just gifting it to someone. But I'm thinking I got enough for a top. I might just have to pair it with something. They got a yarn at Hobby Lobby that is supposed to include bamboo, but it's a bit on the heavy side. So I don't know. This is not heavy. This is not a heavy yarn. I'll just have to look into it because I know this is, I mean, because it's a 3-weight, so it condenses down. It squishes down real. So this is more yardage than it looks like. This is more yardage than it looks like. I want to say this is 3 skeins, and they were 300 and something yards per skein. So, you know, there's more yardage than it looks like. 900 and some yards, or 1,000 yards maybe in that bag. So it's close to enough to make a top. If I, you know, but if I paired it with that 3-weight cotton sprout, I wonder if that would be okay. They're both, I mean, you can actually machine wash and dry the Bamboo Joy without a problem. And you should be able to do that with the cotton sprout. But I would think, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a keychain out of that cotton sprout, like a little tiny granny square, and then wash it and see how it does. Just to kind of see, because see with I Love This Cotton, you better wash it by itself because it peels. And now the garment itself won't look like it's peeled, but if you wash it with something else, that something else will be covered in the whatever color this is. It'll have little fuzz all over it, and you'll be picking on it from now until next month. Pick to get all the fuzzies off of it. So just that's my only complaint about that yarn, is that you have to wash it by itself. Because if you don't wash it by itself, it's going to fuzz all over everything you washed it with. Yeah. So I have a few things made with that yarn, and I always wash them by themselves because I just, you know, and they look fine. They look absolutely fine. It's just, that's what they do. I think it's coated. I think the yarn is coated with something, and when you wash it, I don't know if I don't know if I've washed it more than twice. I don't know. I have to, that's another experiment to endure. See if it happens more than once. I don't know. After it happened to me the first time, I'm a learn the first time kind of gal. And after, it was something red. It was a couple of years ago. I had made some tops for this lady's daughters. And one of them had red, that yarn in red, and I had washed it with another crocheted item that was black and gold, and when it came out, it was covered in red balls all over it, and I was just like, but the thing that I had made in the red yarn was perfectly fine. Didn't look like it had peeled at all, so it was really weird. But yeah, I knew I learned my first time never ever wash that yarn with anything else, because it's going to peel. There was something else that peeled on me recently too. I forget what it was. Oh, the Momenti shirt, it peeled. Yeah. I didn't dry it, but I did put it in the washer, and it peeled. Yeah. So I won't do that again either. It didn't feel like it would, but it did. So yeah. Live and learn. That's why I don't like to buy stuff that you can't throw in the washer and dryer, because nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. And I'm going to have to Benadryl this dog because she's driving me crazy. She's bouncing off the walls. Just about literally. Anyway, I'll let y'all go. I just want to visit with y'all a little bit and talk yarn, talk life, complain about the post office. Thanks for listening. I love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting on you at the shelter or the rescue. I'll see y'all next time. Bye now.